Welcome to Notification Squad, the show that takes people behind channel Frederator, puts them in front of the camera to read your comments. My name is Cade.
I'm Alyssa, and today we're talking about the 20th anniversary of the Pokémon anime.
Gotta catch 'em all, Pokémon. So Alyssa, Pokémon has been a cartoon, an anime, call it what you will, but it's been around for 20 years.
I know.
How old do you feel?
I feel very old.
Me too, so old. It's so crazy that it's been going on for over 20 years now.
I love it so much.
I know, but it's also changed a lot.
I know.
And that's kind of one thing we're going to be talking about today.
Yes.
But one thing that hasn't changed is Ash's age, which is obviously something we're going to be talking about as well. And of course the hundreds, literally hundreds of new Pokemon we've seen over the course of 20 years.
Yes.
Another thing that's definitely changed quite a bit is Ash's traveling partners. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Doctor Who in a sense, where it's like every season.
It is, because he doesn't age.
Exactly, it's the same thing. He's not aging. He has new traveling partners every season. Is Ash a Time Lord? Cartoon conspiracy.
Who's your favorite traveling partner?
Iris was my favorite because she was always calling Ash a kid, and that's exactly what it is.
He's a kid.
He's an eternal kid.
He'll be forever a child.
Forever a child, and not forever alone, because he cannot stand to be a Pokemon master by himself. Which, by the way, he's a pretty bad Pokemon trainer. He literally just gets the starter Pokemon from the region, and then like two others, and he evolves them, and then loses.
Yes.
Like that's the arc of every season.
Ash has never won an actual Pokemon League. No. Except like if you count like Orange Islands, but...
So that hasn't changed as well.
Yes.
The animation style has changed though.
Oh yes. When I first saw the announcement for the new Sun and Moon,
yeah.
And they completely changed the style, I was like, why?
It's
we were doing
pretty drastic,
so well.
yeah.
I know they changed the style a bit when it reached Black and White.
Black and White, yeah. They made him taller, I think, and his eyes were different.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, is Ash older now? I was like, no.
But when I saw the Sun and Moon, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. But I've watched a few episodes. I think the environment and the style of this new Pokemon series matches the animation style, so it kind of works with me.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's just very different. I'm just like, oh, this like kind of breaks up the consistency. But again, the show's been going for 20 years. They can do whatever they want. Another thing that hasn't changed is Team Rocket.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, guys, come on. There's so many other Pikachu out there.
There are so many other Pokemon that you've met. Their whole reason why they wanted Pikachu is because in like the second episode of the series, they saw the potential of how powerful Pikachu was. They're like, this Pikachu is different. And I'm like, you have it talking me out.
I know. But yeah, there's lots of great stuff in Pokemon. Another running thing that just like was consistently good about the show was the theme songs.
Oh yes.
From every season.
Yeah.
Also, the movies have songs too. Like.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, I had the Pokemon 2000 soundtrack.
Of course you did. Other things that came from the anime, specifically that were in the video game worlds, Pokemon Yellow.
Oh yeah.
Pokemon Yellow would not exist if it wasn't for the cartoon anime.
Yeah, like you get a Pikachu as your starter, and I know that Misty and Brock are designed to look like Misty and Brock.
Yeah, like the actual like sprites.
And I think Team Rocket's in it.
Yes, they are.
I didn't really play Pokemon Yellow.
What?
I played.
It's so good.
I had Pokemon Blue.
Oh, Yellow's great because like Pikachu's like very mad at you in the beginning. Like you have to like turn around and like see how happy he is.
I did play a like hacked like fan version of the game called Pokemon Gray,
gosh,
which
Alyssa.
was pretty much like Ash's journey through the first season.
You can go to jail. No, Pokemon Yellow was great, and the video game series hasn't really done anything like that since, actually.
Yeah, they like have incorporated Ash into it. Like you can get Ash's Greninja, and it's called Ash's Greninja, and it looks like Ash because in the X and Y series, Ash like kind of like fuses with Greninja. It's very weird.
What?
Not like Dragon Ball Z Steven Universe fusion, but like there's like a point where instead of like a mega evolution, it's kind of like Ash's Greninja takes on Ash's personality, and when they battle, like Ash gets affected by it too.
That's very strange.
One of the things that we have to talk about before we go into how the 20th anniversary is being celebrated is what our favorite episodes and memorable moments were.
Right. So I don't have a favorite episode because there's just too many. But
there's a lot.
I do have a most memorable episode from when I was a kid. I remember this even today, being at my grandma's house watching this episode and seeing Mystery at the Lighthouse and the giant Dragonite.
Oh my god, and like we didn't know it was a Dragonite.
And I was like, that is so cool. That Pokemon is gigantic.
That was great. That's a good episode.
It is a good episode. We had a bunch of comments, and a lot of people were just saying, bye-bye Butterfree. And I'm like,
why did you pick that one? It's like the saddest one.
I know,
It's the saddest one.
Well, that reminds me of another comment from Snakes and Dragons on Twitter. Sammy says, the episode when Ash saves Charmander from dying after his evil trainer leaves him in the rain. I totally remember that episode. So I guess another example of Ash just being a good guy, instead of, you know, taking care of his own Pokemon, he's taking care of other people's. What's your most memorable episode?
The one that I remember a lot of the first season. Like a couple of ones in my head are like the Maiden of the Mist, which is when there's like a ghost and it's actually Ghastly, but it like hypnotizes Brock and James to fall in love with it.
I don't know if I remember that one.
The one where Ash gets a Haunter and defeats Sabrina in the gym.
That one I do remember.
But he doesn't actually beat her, he just makes her laugh and then she gives over.
So stupid.
But I think my most memorable one, like you, like the first time I ever was exposed to the Pokemon cartoon was at like a friend's house in like preschool, and it was just and it was just on TV, and it was probably like when I was 4 years old, and it was the one where Ash goes to like a school, and it basically talks about the Pokemon game in the show.
Oh, really?
Like there's a graphic of everything showing like how to battle on a computer simulator, and it looks exactly like the video game.
I don't remember that at all, but that's amazing that you remember that.
Yes.
So Pokemon usually does really, really big things for their anniversary. Last year was the 20th anniversary for the games.
Yes.
And they did Pokemon Generations, which was like a short animated series on YouTube, which is really, really cool. You guys should check it out. Don't expect a lot of battles.
Oh yeah.
But the animation is really, really nice.
It was basically just showing different cutscenes and characters that were in the games, but animated.
They also added more Pokemon from Generation 1 into Sun and Moon.
Oh yeah, because they changed them all to like Alolan forms.
They did Alolan forms.
I think that was just like a shout out.
So for the 20th anniversary of the show,
what are they doing?
They're doing some crazy stuff. So they're actually remaking the first episode, Pokemon I Choose You, into a movie.
When they first announced it, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so awesome.
Yes.
Like, HD, like so cool.
Animation looks great.
Yeah, like I was super excited. But then I learned that it's really not a remake of the first episode.
Right.
First of all, Misty isn't in it.
Right, no Misty.
She's technically in the first episode, because that's where they meet each other.
Yep.
They're introducing the new like legendary.
Marshadow.
Yeah, which, I mean, it makes sense because in most Pokemon movies, that's when Ash does meet whatever their most recent legendary is. But like, if you're remaking the first episode, why are you throwing in a Pokemon that's not supposed to be there? Like,
very strange. And also, if it's a new Pokemon, does that mean it's like a Kanto Pokemon they didn't find before? Like, they seem to be hyping up Ho-Oh and the Feather.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Which I'm also kind of mad about because there's a Pokemon theory, and we covered it on the channel. Actually, I think I covered it on the channel. Is why Ash is 10 years old is because he saw Ho-Oh in the first episode, and Ho-Oh's Pokedex entry says like it will grant you eternal happiness if you like see it. Like his dream is to be a Pokemon master, so he wishes to be 10 years old forever. And basically in the movie, Ho-Oh gives him a feather and is like, here, your wish is granted.
You know, I feel like if it was any other anime, he probably would have been just like, I wish to be the very best.
Yes.
You know, like
no
one
one ever
ever was, right? Like the theme song says. But he said, I just want to be 10 forever, I don't know.
So that's why I don't think it's like a full-on remake. I feel like it's just a praise to the 20th anniversary.
Right. We got a comment on YouTube actually from Jay Wong. Said, my favorite episode is the very first episode. Surprise, surprise. I just thoroughly enjoyed that story of Ash and Pikachu becoming friends and learned throwing rocks as Spearows are never a good idea.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, so the question is, in this movie remake, is Ash going to throw rocks at Spearows?
Probably. I mean, that's what prompted Pikachu to love him.
Oh, you throw rocks at birds. I love you.
Well, I mean, it prompted the events to the point. But that's what I don't get, is like, if that happens, like, where does Misty come in? Like, because Ash has to take her bike.
Right. So we don't know. We have mixed feelings. We're going to wait and see. It might be good. One thing we can say is the original voice of Ash, Veronica Taylor, is not returning for this movie.
It's very sad.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah, a lot of people like me who are like big longtime fans and are still watching it today were kind of upset about that.
All right, lastly, we want to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon really quickly because there's also some news there.
Yeah.
Misty and Brock are coming back.
Yay!
That's crazy.
I think this is the first time in like 12 years that the original trio is back together.
Yes. Back at it again, and it's because Ash is returning to Kanto. He's going to be seeing all of his older Pokemon that are just been hanging out with Professor Oak.
Yeah, like his 30 Tauros that the English-speaking generation does not know about because of that banned episode.
So Diego Perez, you commented on YouTube, the last Diamond and Pearl episode is your favorite. You cried when Brock's farewell happened, so good news.
Yes.
Misty and Brock are coming back. Thank you so much for all of your comments. If you want to be a part of next week's discussion, leave a comment down in the pinned comment down below because we're talking all about the final season of Adventure Time.
Up next is when we read your comments. Now it's time for comments on Notification Squad.
The name of the show. And how do you become part of the Notification Squad, Alyssa?
Well, you go to our channel, you press subscribe if you haven't, and then you click that bell icon, like that, except it doesn't make that noise, and then you get an email every time we upload a new video.
Which is every day.
Every day!
So we got some comments. First one comes in from, hi, I am Electro.
Hi.
They say, I'm happy English is not my first language, so I don't know what barf is, so I don't know how gross it is to drink it. This was on our Loud House Sturdy Jokes. Jay Black comes in and says, barf is throw up. It's disgusting. And then I Am Electro says, and now I'm disgusted.
That's funny.
I just thought it was a funny exchange. Yes, it is gross, and that's why it made the list.
I didn't know the word barf wasn't universal. We learned something new.
Yeah, gross.
So from our Disney Dark Secrets Tangled video, we got Uncle Quacker, who I see comments a lot. He says, I really liked Tangled, probably more than Frozen.
I feel like that's a hot take. A lot of people like Frozen.
Yeah.
I think I like Tangled more, though.
I like Tangled.
Sounds like you don't know which one you like more.
I like Frozen's songs, but I love Rapunzel and I love Flynn.
Well, I think we should have that as a discussion at some point.
Yes,
because
Tangled versus Frozen.
Well, like all the Disney princesses, like the new Disney princesses now too.
Yeah,
and
leave a like
even though
if you want us to
technically
talk about that.
Anna and Elsa are not Disney princesses.
Yes, we can go into a whole discussion of how a Disney princess becomes a Disney princess.
All right, next comment comes in from Blue Star. So how many people check their toes to try and see if they only have one joint in their pinky toe? I didn't, I swear. This is from our My Hero Academia theory. Yes, and come on, no. All right, this week's notification squad leader is Kimberly Thornton. Congratulations, you get a badge. She says, so happy Channel Frederator made this video. I love you guys. Infinity Train needs to be a series.
Yes.
Totally agree. I think that would be super awesome. And we really like highlighting not super well-known cartoons as well as the more well-known ones, you know? So
congrats.
Congrats, and thank you, Kimberly, for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Notification Squad. Remember, if you want to be part of next week's discussion, which is the final season of Adventure Time, comment down in the pinned comment down below.
And if you want your lovely voice heard during the end screen, you can call our voicemail at 917-408-FRED, reading our schedule in under 17 seconds, and also don't forget to leave your name. How do you know the schedule? Well, you go to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr accounts because that's where the schedule will be.
And remember, Frederator loves you.
My name is Keston Howard. On next week's schedule, Monday we have more Gumball references. Tuesday is 7 Sonic Boom Facts. Wednesday, Disney Dark Secrets of Frozen. Thursday, an OKKO theory. Friday, 107 Lego Ninjago facts. And Saturday is South Park references.